Well, thank you very much. Great to be back. Appreciate your kind welcome. This is a fascinating conference we're moving through. The question that I was set out to answer in around 20 minutes is why are we finding the future so hard? And I'm looking at this question particularly in light of my having spent 10 years directing a think tank in Washington, D.C., specifically looking at futures issues. And so I'm reflecting on that experience as I ask this question, which of course is a question we ask all the time. There are perhaps three major issues on our minds today as we look at the question of the future and why it's hard to manage it. One is, of course, the climate issue, which seems a perennial issue. It's an issue being taken increasingly seriously, issue we're being reminded about increasingly by the climate. And then, of course, we have the pandemic, we have COVID. And the lack of preparedness in most countries, at least, for what has happened, extreme difficulty in managing it stage by stage. And thirdly, and of course, this week, I mean, the collapse of the government in Afghanistan, the collapse of the Western position, the very rapid tumbling of the institutions of that country against all, apparently, the professional judgment of the smart people until a few weeks ago. So, I mean, these are the stunning examples of now and the difficulty we have in managing our thinking about and preparing for the future. And in a sense, there are two sort of interwoven challenges confronting us as we seek to prepare. One, of course, is the issue of surprises, because things happen that hardly anybody could have thought would happen. And how are we to deal with issues of risk and issues really of uncertainty, where it's very hard to assess risk? There's a very interesting book by Martin Rees, Lord Rees, the Astronomer Royal, one of the world's leading cosmologists, who has wrote this book some years ago now, about issues of risk. And it's a little amusing that the title in the UK was Our Final Century ? The title in the US is Our Final Hour with no question mark. But it's a very interesting reflection on the kind of range of issues of risk and uncertainty which we face, some of them existential issues of risk. But what do we do with surprises? How are we to prepare for surprises? Because it isn't that we can't prepare to be surprised.